What's the right word then?
Impermeabilizante.
Ooh, wow. That is a tricky one.
Yes. Hola amigos, Jim and Mike here from Spanish and Go, your resource for learning real-world travel Spanish. Today we're talking about difficult words to pronounce in Spanish.
Yes, Mai once again is going to try to make a fool out of me today. I'm just kidding, you don't do that. There's a list of words that she has that I have not read, and she's gonna see if I can say them in Spanish, but to not give them away so that I don't just copy her, she's going to say the word in English and I have to think of it in Spanish and then say it. So I'll probably get a number of these wrong, but we're going to give you some time to say them, repeat them back, so you get some practice.
So these are 10 words that are supposedly the hardest ones to pronounce in Spanish. We'll see if that's true. Let's start with the first one, waterproofing.
Impermeable? Más o menos?
Yes and no.
Okay, what's the right word then?
Impermeabilizante.
Ooh, wow. That is a tricky one.
Yes, that's what people put on the roof of houses in Mexico to avoid any of like the humidity to go through the ceiling.
Okay.
And that's again, impermeabilizante.
Impermeabilizante?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of vowels there. There's a diphthongo. Remember when we talked about how some words are more difficult to pronounce for English speakers because of the diphthongos there.
The diphthongs.
Yes. Mea, impermeabilizante.
Impermeabilizante.
Muy bien. The second one is in your favorite tongue twister. In English, a lot of people say the translation is railroad, but it's actually, it's not the road. It's like the
train?
thing, the train. How do you say that in?
The locomotive.
How do you say that in Spanish?
El ferrocarril.
Muy bien.
Gracias.
Yes. That's tricky because of the R sound, right? But if you can't pronounce your R's, you can say ferrocarril.
And you can check out our video if you can't pronounce your R's.
Yes.
We'll leave a card.
The next one is developers.
This has to have desarrollar in the word, but a developer. Desarrollador? Is that it? That's it?
Yes, and
Okay.
I said developers.
Okay. Desarrolladores?
Oh, you almost.
One more time, let me try. Desarrolladores. Adoros?
No, the ending is correct.
Desarrolladores.
You don't need to say desarrollar.
Desarrolladores.
Again,
Desarrolladores.
can you say it slower?
No, I screwed it up again. Desarrolladores.
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 Soft R.
Desarrolladores. Okay, I just wanted to mention in some dialects or accents, they'll say the ja for the double L, and in others, they'll say the ja. So I'm sure to some Spanish speakers, if you're watching this, some might think it sounds funny when I say it, others might think, oh, that's perfectly normal. Just kind of depends on where you're coming from, right?
Yes. Depending on the country you are in, it's how people say the double L sound in Spanish.
And I like to copy the Mexican accent or the way you speak, but I've heard you use both, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also like
Interchangeable.
exactly like people just say it sometimes like desarrolladores and sometimes desarrolladores. So it can be both.
All right, what's next?
Next one. So here is actually two words that I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Okay. Difficult and easy.
Difficult? Oh, I'm mixing languages.
Yeah.
Difficult and easy. Pues, easy is fácil. Difficult is difícil.
Yeah. good. Yes, here in these two words, the tricky thing is the accents, because a lot of English speakers, when they're speaking Spanish, instead of saying fácil, they say fácil, or they say
Yeah.
difícil instead of difícil.
And you threw me off because some of these others were a lot harder. I thought, is there a trick to this? But difícil
Yeah.
and fácil.
Muy bien. Yes, sí. Difícil, fácil. Next one we have is probably.
Probable.
Probably.
Probablemente. Probablemente.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. Probablemente.
All right. I'm on a roll here. Let's see. Bring it on, Mai. Let's see what you got.
Moving on, we have unfortunately.
Desafortunadamente.
Yep, this one is similar to probably.
Desafortunadamente.
Yes. Desafortunadamente. We also have here statistics.
Estadísticas.
Wow. ¿Cómo?
Estadísticas.
Muy bien. Estadísticas. Wow. Next one, we have scrambled eggs.
Huevos revueltos.
Yep. Huevos revueltos. Yes. And here it could be tricky because of the hue.
Hue.
Huevos. And then the R. Revueltos.
Revueltos. Normally it's not that exaggerated, but I have to err on the side of being a little bit more exaggerated the way I feel like I'm saying it, because I think I tend to underroll my R's a little bit. So, revueltos.
Yes. See. Next one we have idea.
Oh.
Idea.
Idea. Idea.
Idea. Yes. This one could be tricky too because of the vowels there. Idea. Idea. Not idea.
I think I'm doing all right with this
Yes.
so far.
Yes. And the last one we have is airport.
Okay. I can see how this one can be tricky, but I feel like I've got it down for the most part. For the most part?
Most part.
The airport. I got the airport down for the most part.
Okay.
I can't even say it in English, but in Spanish I think it's aeropuerto.
Otra vez.
Aeropuerto.
Muy bien. Yes. Aeropuerto. Again, it's tricky because of the vowels there together. Aeropuerto.
So often you'll look at a word on paper in Spanish and it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is to say. You just have to sound it out. You can refer back to Mai's video about vowels, because I think what it comes down to when pronouncing seemingly difficult words in Spanish is to just break it down, sound it out, and remember how the vowels sound in Spanish.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comments what's the one word in Spanish that has given you the most trouble to pronounce. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel and Spanish tips.
And remember, el camino es el destino.
The journey is the destination.
Nos vemos pronto.
Adios.